Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 3 of the Carve Daily podcast. And as you know, I do not go by myself. I'm Selepe Maifadi, and in the building, I have Kev who?
Kev Magic is always is in the building, mate. I mean, come on, we out here. It's a Wednesday. At least today is not cold like the other days. I feel so refreshed. Funny enough, Wednesdays are my favorite days. Every time on a Wednesday, if I'm not working from home, I get to dress up on a Wednesday. It feels like a Monday to me. So my energy is good. I'm in a good headspace. My day was pretty dope. I didn't do anything hectic, amazing. But as I said, Wednesday is that day for me. So everybody, welcome to the Carve Daily podcast. We made it to episode 3. Drum roll, drum roll. Come on now,
and everything
come
at
on now.
once. We're so excited. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We really appreciate every single view that we get to see coming in on this space. As you know, we are at Carve_Africa or Carve.Africa. We're Carve Africa on all the pages. Do go out, check out our website with www.carve.africa. And it's a Wednesday and it's crazy in the entertainment space, the things that we have been seeing. We are going to have a chat about that, but most importantly, we want to jump straight into our interview because we are so excited about this. We have an artist who goes by the name of Deni. Her name is Deni. She's a South African born singer-songwriter. She began her musical training at the age of 12 years old. And, she's from Mafikeng, and we were just thinking that why not have someone really hot and sexy and new and fresh in the game who can come in on Wednesday for us to show some Carve love to her, right?
Definitely. Hi,
Hey.
Deni. Welcome you to
Hi.
the Carve Daily
How you
podcast.
doing?
Come on now.
Hey, Deni, we're
Good.
good. How you doing?
Good. I'm good. I just got back from the gym.
You see, guys, this is why I'm saying
It's
that
one of
it's
those.
a Wednesday,
My God.
and we have
What
a
does that
sexy
mean?
woman
One of those.
who hits the gym.
Yeah, it means you're out here. You inspire a lot of us to get up, stand up, and go to the gym. So definitely, you are one of those. You are taking it further, and I'm inspired. You from the gym. Come on.
How can she not?
From
Have
a
you
body or
seen her
what?
press
Some-
images? I mean, she looks
I've-
so sexy. She's just in a jacket dress type thing, like a blazer dress, and she's showing a whole lot of thigh, and that Potris is popping. You can tell her that she hits the gym. Shout out to you, okay?
Thanks, guys. Hey, how's everybody tonight?
We are good, and we are so grateful to have you
awesome.
on this space today. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on to Carve. It's a Wednesday, and we thought, what better way to celebrate, Women Crush Wednesday than to crush on a woman like yourself, a sexy woman from Mafikeng, a songstress, someone who's just so dynamic. And we just really wanted to bring you onto the space to tell us more about who Deni is.
Yeah, definitely. We want to hear more about Deni, and looks like we just lost her.
Did we?
We just lost. Yeah, we just lost her.
I'm just like, why is she not answering? Because I'm like, who Deni is, thinking she's gonna say, yeah, so Deni is a
But
she's
definitely
here again. I'm getting her back in. She's
we'll
definitely
get her
what?
back in. Technology is very funny, guys. Technology. Hi, Deni, are you back?
Hi, I'm so sorry. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, no.
My phone just went crazy on me.
It happens. So yeah, so we're just giving you like a power intro to who Deni is. All the way from Maptown, singer, songwriter, looking at your press pages, images that you out here. So yeah, so let's go.
So Deni, tell us a bit about yourself. Who is Deni? And we know that you recently dropped. Tell us about what's making you, what's highlighting you in this space right now.
Well, guys, thank you so much for the intro. I feel like I don't know, what do I say after that? But yes, Deni, I'm a singer-songwriter, it's on my feeking. And I've been, doing this music thing for a very long time, since I was 12 years old. I've played instruments, I've played in an orchestra, and, music has always kind of just been a big part of what I do. And so fast forward to 2018, I was working in corporate. And I decided to leave my corporate job and focus on business and music. And yeah, last week I released my first single called PEPE. And yeah, we just ready to see, how far that takes us in this music game.
Yo, that is such a bold move. Like quitting your job.
For me, like, that's what I'm thinking. Jumping from corporate to music, like, how does one sit and be like, you know what, I'm gonna quit my job tomorrow? How did you get to that mindset? I want to be my own boss. How did that become?
Yeah, it's a tricky one, because growing up, it's not one of those career paths or career choices that your parents would be like, I want my child to grow up to be a singer. No. So for me, I'm very lucky because, my mother always supported it. She always supported the fact that I wanted to do music classes, etc. So I had that support. But when I was working, because music has always kind of just been such a big part of my life, I knew inevitably that, at some point I'm going to have to take that leap. And I'm going to have to do it. And I thought, it's either I'm going to be in the business behind the music, or I'm going to be at the forefront of it. And in 2018, I just decided that, there is not going to be a better time than now. And funny enough, it was just before the pandemic. So it was a little bit of great timing for me, because I was ready to share my music. But there were a lot of challenges along the way, as with anything really. But yeah, I guess it's just that feeling that now is my time.
Yeah. So you surely had to have a really sense of belief in your music, because I see here that you have a postgraduate degree in marketing and communications. So is that something that you are using, that skill as well, to propel yourself within the music industry?
Of course. So for me at the moment, I feel like I'm doing a little bit of both, just because I'm learning so much about the business behind the music industry. And I'm a big part of my brand and the business behind my brand. And that I can only give credits to, my studies and my experience in working, because it's given me the discipline, but definitely also the know-how, at least to sort of navigate like certain conversations when it comes to, the Deni brand, the music, how to get the music to people. So it's helpful. It's been very helpful.
That is pretty.
With an entry of like a song that is a blend of Afro beats and R&B and pop, is it possible for us to kind of box your sound? Or because it's your debut and you have featured on other people's music, but what does that say about your signature Deni sound? Is that the sound, the Afrobeat sound?
So I like to refer my sound as very blended. I don't really like putting labels and tags on it, just because, my music is inspired by my experiences, first and foremost. Growing up, I went to a school where there were a lot of kids from all over Africa. And I started traveling as well, learning different languages, etc. So it's really just a combination of all those things coming together, and it's a little bit of this and that. And so, I can't wait to share more music so that people, really start to get to understand the kind of music that I'm trying to make. But I want to make music that is very relatable for people around the whole world, especially in Africa, and music that can unite people and everybody can understand the language that I'm speaking when I talk about my stories and my songs. Yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely dope, because like I can see that you know how to play the piano and the violin as well. So mind me asking, we like babana?
University in London, Trinity University.
But from the age of 12, I mean, in Maftown, obviously, like Mabana, when you want to go do great things, that's where most people go.
What is
like
Mabana? Is it like a music school?
It's like an arts, it's like arts and culture, a platform for people and there were lots of opportunities for people to learn music. But no, I didn't go to Mabana. Lucky enough, the school that I went to the International School of South Africa.
ISA.
And I went to ISA, and they offered quite a few cultural and arts discipline studies. So that's kind of where I got exposed. But I'd say my violin and my piano was something that was very introductory for me. What I ended up doing is becoming a classically trained singer. They offered a course which you could do through correspondence with Trinity London. And that's kind of like how I got into singing and being a classical singer.
So you did that, and then after doing that, you went into the corporate space. So you studied music, and then you went to.
So that was all in high school, actually. So when I was done with that in university, then I studied marketing and communications. I started working for a retail company, and
So
then
why in that moment didn't you just continue with the music, like from high school, and just jump straight into the music? Because surely everyone around you, or you could also see that music is something that you're gonna want to push.
So like for me, I have so many interests, and I never want to limit myself. When it came to more than anything, I think I'm a creative. And so when it came to choosing what I wanted to study, I didn't want to just focus on music. I also wanted to, get my education, get a degree, and learn about other stuff as well, until I figured out exactly what I want to do. And I think, every young kid should have that kind of outlook, because so often we get stuck in these careers that we don't really like, and all of that. And so for me, at the time when I was leaving high school, I just wanted to explore. I wanted to explore what it could be like working in a job that allowed me to be a creative. And that's why I studied marketing. But thereafter, after working for a little bit, I was like, nah, I need to share this gift. And a lot of people around me were like, why aren't you, doing this music? Why aren't you sharing this with people? Because it's something that you're really good at. That's some of that is, a little bit of that is what helped me just like make the decision to, focus a little bit more on the music.
That's amazing. I'm busy snapping for you for all those compliments. Like people are just like, hey girl, why are you? I'm like, okay, fingers, come on.
And I like what you said about, every child deserves an opportunity to, go through the path that you went through. Because if you look at the music business then compared to now, a lot of people are educating themselves about the music business side of things, because people lost money, people died without leaving a proper legacy for their kids. So in terms of your end, are you an indie artist? Are you signed to a label? Any distribution deals, sync deals in the works? Because your single is banging, and I wouldn't mind hearing it in a, in a movie somewhere overseas, because the quality there, it's amazing. So tell us where you at as an artist currently.
First and foremost, when we started making the music, we didn't have a very clear picture of like, okay, make this kind of music, make Amapiano, make hip hop. We sort of just went into it and we're like, let's just do what comes naturally. And the result of that was a global sound. So it's definitely music that I agree with you. You can hear it playing on Netflix, behind music or behind movies, etc. And we are definitely trying to push for the single to do much more than just be a music video or play on radio. You know, we're looking for as many opportunities for the music as possible because we think it's that good. Actually, we know it's that good. So we're definitely pursuing, you know, those opportunities, both in South Africa and around the world. Just last week, we were playlisted on a Nigerian top 10. And I think that just speaks to the fact that the music, it can travel, you know, it can travel, it can translate, and people can understand it and people can move to it. So I think the opportunities are definitely there for the music, and it's just for us to sort of push it as far as we can push it.
And
child, you're making it into Nollywood.
Are you?
So yeah, I mean, to answer you at the moment, nothing, because the single is so new. I mean, it's been 2 weeks, barely 2 weeks. It's been 12 days.
Yeah.
And so we still have a lot more room to grow, and we still have a lot of work in terms of promoting and pushing the single. But so far, so good. It's doing well, and generally people feel good listening to the music, and that was what was important to me. You know, I wanted to come out with a song that made people feel good and that people could vibe to.
And I see here that you want to do have some kind of a representation of a new age Pan-African woman within music and fashion and art, and be able to represent, you know, Africa on a global scale. Is this something that we're going to be able to see come out in the visuals of PEPE if you are going to do that?
Definitely. So we're in talks now, and we're trying to, you know, get a treatment for what the video might look like, etc. So definitely in everything that I do, if it's not in the stories that I tell through my music or the visuals, you will definitely get a sense of that Pan-African woman in everything that I do, because I really do love African culture. Proudly South African, and I'm proud and very grateful to be somebody who has been exposed to, you know, African culture. It makes it so much more meaningful for me to be able to put music that like other people from other countries can also understand and love and vibe to and dance to, etc. You know. So yeah, you'll definitely see a lot of that coming through, a mixture of all kinds of cultures and imagery, etc.
That's amazing.
That's amazing, because I definitely wouldn't mind to be part of that music video.
Hint,
how did I
nudge,
know?
nudge.
Yo, Deni,
I'm not gonna forget that. And when I hit you up, like you better pick up.
I'm there, definitely. And she's also gonna be there. She's gonna be there. You must watch.
Deni, tell me about PEPE.
No, guys,
what is the
really
song about? What is the song
So the song is called PEPE, and loosely translated, well, actually the definition of that means pepper. But PEPE is a kind of pepper that's used locally in West African cuisine. And it's quite spicy. So I think so I think it just represents the fiery nature of the song. But even it's those small things, because, you know, I speak to people about the music, and you know, automatically people are already learning about other cultures. And like I said, I want my music to do that. So if it's not in the imagery, it will definitely be in the stories that I tell, because I want people to be educated and kind of experience some of the things that I've experienced and understand them as well.
Speaking of these narratives, what is your, you know, your focal point? What issues are you addressing? I mean, I'm guessing with PEPE, I can hear it's like a feel good type of track, but then in the other narratives that you have, what is it that you would like to address and highlight about the continent?
With this particular song, for me, it would be, you know, obviously just being comfortable in your Black skin and your Black body. It's that self-love, and it's talking to women, not just in Africa, but around the world, to just learn to be confident and to feel yourself, and to unapologetically do so, you know. When people listen to the song, I want them to feel good. I want them to go out and look their best and feel their best and not be worried about the judgment that comes from other people, from men, etc. It's really just a song about like feeling good about yourself. And like I said, yeah, just being confident and loud about it and saying, you know what, I'm PEPE.
Come on.
I
No,
love
this
that,
is perfect. No, like the Carve love on a Wednesday, all of that, self-love. And it's such perfect timing when you got to drop the single because we're getting into August. We're going to be talking a lot about women and you know all the issues surrounding that. To you, what is this also somewhat of an ode to encourage women in Women's Month to continue to do all of that self-love?
Of course and always. That is always the point. And I think when you hear a lot more of my music, you'll hear more of that coming through because, you know, I think women are their best when they are supporting each other and encouraging each other and motivating each other. And that's a big thing in my music. That's a big thing, to tell stories, you know, about things that women go through. And the woman in my story is always in a position of power, in a sense. We go through a lot of challenges, etc. But I kind of try to focus on the positives and the woman being in a position of power in my music. So yeah, you'll definitely hear a lot more of that coming through in the music.
No, we love
that
you,
is
Deni.
powerful. Like you are deserving of being, you know, like it's a Wednesday, the final Wednesday of the month, and a woman crush every day. How you lace that down and find the whole song.
Perfect way to seal it.
Thank you so much.
We're
guys.
gonna be
Thank
doing
you.
dancing the PEPE. You're gonna do some kind of challenge. Is there gonna be a
It's
dance
coming.
move that we need
It's
to be
coming.
on?
It's coming. It's coming.
Because Rowan Shapadi said that's what's a serious girl.
Guys,
gonna
it's
be
coming.
fire,
Like,
right?
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm really excited about sharing all this stuff. You know, we can't always talk about everything in depth because we obviously want people to be surprised, and you know, we don't want to ruin it for you guys. But we definitely have a lot of fun stuff planned around the single, and I can't wait to show more of myself and my personality and my other skills. And can't wait for people to just get to know me as a person as well through my music. So it's gonna be really fun. Like,
and in terms of a full project, you know, is there? Are you gonna be dropping another single after this one, just like a normal rollout of your music, or when are you looking at a bigger picture in terms of a fully fledged project?
At the moment, the focus for me and the most important thing is just to introduce myself to everybody and to get the music out there, so that, you know, we can start creating a base of listeners that, you know, love the music and who want to hear more of the music. And we can, as soon as the music starts gaining traction, I think we can release more music, and in the end, an album. I don't think I'll even go the EP route. I'll just drop an album.
Just
you know,
drop it, girl. Yes.
Yeah.
We
but
still
definitely
feel the PEPE.
More music is coming. PEPE is the first in a series of singles that I'm gonna drop this year. So yeah, you will definitely hear something else coming up this year.
Definitely. I'd love a documentary, and I cannot wait for
a whole documentary, your video, your documentary, your dance challenge. Wait, see, pressure.
You know, so I am happy. So I'm, you know, appreciate and you shared your journey and what's next for you. And I hope we get to hear from you and give us content, Carve. You know, let us be the first to, you know, we want to hear first.
No doubt. No, I receive. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll definitely be in contact. I'm
you.
really appreciative of you guys just like, taking the time to talk to me, to listen and know and understand what the music is about. And yes, I hope in a few months, I can come back and chat to you about my journey and a little bit more about more music and all the exciting stuff that we're working on.
Deni, where can we get a hold of you if someone wants to engage or interact with your music and all the amazingness of your sound and you? Where do we reach out to?
So it's Deni_NK across all major social platforms. So that's like your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, and that's DENI_NK. And you can also check out the website www.deni.co.za to keep up with, some of the stuff that we're doing.
Guys, a honey who already has a website, okay? It's an spacing with a website. So tripledeni.com. Okay.
Yes. This ain't a joke.
Thank you so much.
No, we're very serious about our business.
We can see that. We appreciate you coming through and sharing all this Carve love on a Wednesday. We appreciate your music. It sounds super amazing. We'll be jamming through to it all summer, spring, everything. Please add it
to your playlist. Tell your friends about it.
Definitely even do the challenge. Yes, everybody. Deni, she's the girl. Yes. Thanks, Deni.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
So we're gonna do a summer body workout, Tayo.
Yeah. Okay.
I am going to hold you to all these things.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. Like Deni, let's let you go before we puffer too much.
Thank you so much.
Have a great evening.
Have a lovely evening, guys. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Cheers, bye.
So that was Deni, everybody. That was absolutely amazing. She got to come onto the space and tell us about her new single, her debut single that just came out. You need to be checking her out. She's on www.deni.com. You don't want to miss out on her music. Some beautiful Afro soul fusion track that's got some R&B also in there. Do check her out. She is, of course, available on all digital streaming platforms. You don't want to miss it. Engage and be part of all the amazingness that she has to offer in the game. So yeah, obviously we know that there is a lot of craziness that has been happening in South Africa today, right? Let's get straight into our trending topics. What have you been seeing popping up on your TL recently?
Well, obviously Priddy Ugly just dropped his sophomore album. There's a lot of people. Because there's a lot of people that are they don't know what they're looking for. Some like what he did, love the work that he just dropped. Some say, nah, not feeling it. And it's obviously hip hop as a genre. It has subgenres under you. There's trap. There's the type of hip hop that he's doing. So for me, I was on track number 5. I'm still going through the album, but the Madlera feature, that boy.
As always, what means the dope boy?
Madlera, and I see Msawawa is also changing to gospel. Nyovest, Msawawa, yeah,
Msawawa, we got gospel.
Gospel. Msawawa. He also deserves to be, receiving his flowers, as a person who contributed into South African music. What look at the Hall of Fame, and he is deserving.
I think when it comes to the sound that he had before, he was really recognized in that. I think he still is. I think it's just that he wasn't dropping more music within that sound. Or I think if he came back and did Amapiano, he would be really, really good. I mean, Kalenta is over Teddy Sete. So can you imagine if he did an Amapiano track, a feature vocalistic, no guys halang.
And he's still very young, so there's still time for him. So if he wants to transition, I guess he should transition on, as well as our Boity jumping into Amapiano as well. Hey, gotta go fella, but look.
So Leonard, that's why I trend. ba re ke mang yena Priddy Ugly wa trender, or he has obviously is featuring Maglera as well as Blackie on his project, you know. Ke bone hore le Boity ya shifa lena wa trender ka mo Prince Kaybee le motho ba busy ba thatana left right and center yena le Cassper ka mo Makhadzi nani bina le Cassper. There's just a lot of things happening. So
It is.
I get a lot caring about, you know, all the drops and the announcements. And come, but a really sad thing that I saw is that they said SK Khoza has came out and said that he has been emotionally abusive towards his fiance.
You know, that's one conversation we as let me not. I'm just gonna say black men. You know, we need to address these issues because times have changed. You know, times have changed. It's not like before. Women are more liberated. Women are more, you know, vocal about, you know, whatever that's happening in their lives. And for him to come out and say that, especially, you know, not hore he's just because he's in the public eye, but for him to come out and say that out loud, knowing that his career will be on the line, people will be judging him, you know, it says a lot about what we need to do to save, you know, our communities, because we are the media, we are the culture, and we have to do way better. We have to do
so
way better.
So are you saying it's commendable that he came out to say that, or like what are you saying?
What I'm trying to say is what's the, like, what was the intention of, is he alerting us hore he's been abusing, and is he waiting for us to be like, okay, or and or is he looking for something else from it? Is he looking for some sort of a teaching, for somebody to come out and have a conversation with him? Because you need to fix whatever that's happening behind you before you come out and, you know, express, you know, how you feel about what
in his post he's basically addressing, you know, his emotional problems and I guess apologizing to his fiance, you know. That's all it is. I don't know why it had to go on Instagram for him to apologize to someone who he loves, his fiance. I don't know if his fiance is okay with having her man putting such information out about like how you are, you know, showing me flames every day and why you need to tell that to people. I don't know if that's actually newsworthy. It's just that it was just alarming for me to say also, why kisa Instagram? Why kisa mathata lwena re therapy re do like now you're putting up the apology on Instagram. Does your honey not stay in the same house with you?
And that's what I don't, you know, appreciate about you know, this so-called celebrity lifestyle. It's you know, people do things to gain something, you know, and not saying that he was wrong to do it, although, you know, it was not really needed for us to know about what's happening in the household. But then I guess if something hectically happened, you know, people are going to start saying, why didn't he come out? Because we've seen that happen before, especially on social media with our celebrities. I think it's also similar to what Prince Kaybee and Cassper were arguing, you know, fighting about. The fact that, you know, you only come through, you know, and show love to your fans when you need them to do something for you. And then,
mananya gore a ireng a ba fe ditegi a fe le difene ditegi tsa mahala then do reka ke bomang.
Maybe he should have had a competition, you know, or just to say thank you to the fans. But I think that's another thing whereby Cassper is his own brand. His brand works a certain way. Prince Kaybee also has one, but another thing is they there's a boxing match that's part of the conversation. Cassper must sign a contract. What if this is just a publicity stunt? What about today? Match coming and on
over 350k ka billion we are o go bona o nromeletse mathikitshwana tšhelete gore ke stop gore itse keng fight is ka etsa hala so 350 how ke tšhelete nyane. I'm just like, what is going on here?
No, but why would he send money as well?
Also, o bone room ya Kanye West a nnang go yona ka mo the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah, it's nkare ko hostel.
No motho o le kang.
You know, Kanye is living his best life. Let's just put it out there. He does things because he wants to be happy for him. And that's the sort of thing that people, you know, most people that are in the public space or in the public eye are doing, you know. So for him to do that and to have like a small, you know, twiki in the corner, that's pretty dope. You know, he's comfortable of the person that he is, you know, just like Naomi Osaka and what's her name again? The gymnast from America. They just both pulled out because they were not okay mentally.
Oh yes.
That's very huge. So I feel that a lot of people need to come out and express how they feel. That's how I see it. So we don't know.
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing I can you know. It's like asinte ing magatsang to the max or oh my gosh. But it's just one of those things again that he would do. And I mean, if that's something that gives him inspiration, you know, and he's apparently they said that it's the best place for him to be able to finish the record. So if he wants to stay there, I know how go. Again. What do you think of Cassper doing a song with Makhadzi?
It works. It works because one thing about both artists, you know, they get to make proper money in music because of the type of music they make. The music they make easily attracts, you know, people that we think they're not, you know, on social media or basically. Let me just put it that way. People love Makhadzi. You know, people love, young kids love Cassper. So that collabo, it definitely works. It definitely works. And it balances out because of, you know, different basics. Who knows, this song could be the song of the year. That's another thing, because Makhadzi's numbers are crazy.
I get it.
You know, crazy, insane. Like, she's not even trying too hard. You know, she is just her own natural, you know, self, you know, in her language, how she is. So I could see it doing wonders. Basically everything about, you know, her numbers and what she's doing, you know, for the culture, because a lot of people, especially people that are on social media, you know, they look at her sound or listen to her sound and think she's not worthy of where she's supposed to be. But people that are not crazy about, you know, streams and all that support, you know, her music the old-fashioned way, you know, by listening to her music on the radio. And because if you go to Limpopo, you know, whatever township, whatever town,
she's huge.
She's huge, you know, and that's where I think that's where the market is. If you want to make money and kill the music business, you just, as much as the new way of releasing music is dope, the old
what
school
is this
fashion way.
Apparently says that Tomilo Frya Priddy Ugly. Wow.
Nah, that's an old thing. That's an old thing, because I get a Priddy on I don't know I forgot the name of the song.
Oh, that thing was trending today.
Yes, it was trending today. But what I'm saying is they want Aries to respond to Priddy Ugly. And some said, knowing Aries, he might respond in 2050. To understand. So the reason Kerry, it's something that started long, when Priddy was working on his music. And there was, I forgot the bar, but he said something about Aries and all the other rappers. So that's when he started saying, "Are rapping by fate." He wasn't, he wanted to remind people that this is a sport. This thing are really nice. We can be nice and whatever, but we mustn't lose the what is rap? Rap, the street kind of stuff, the ciphers, the punchlines, what is
which
rap,
is a bit weird because a lot of, now many hip hop artists are going to Amapiano. We're seeing Boity is doing it, Reason has already done it, Cassper is doing it. So it's like people who were in the hip hop game or are in the hip hop game are going to another genre, whereas now Priddy Ugly is just trying to hold on to Mapiano, to hip hop. Do you think he, what he's saying is valid, and should they still, who's going to represent hip hop if there is no, people like Priddy Ugly who are gonna go and be like so strict about it and want to showcase the amazingness of that genre?
Well, thing is, the dope thing about South Africa is that we are so, diverse. Meaning, as much as I can be an Aries supporter or a fan, I can also support Priddy Ugly or Cassper jumping to Amapiano based on how our country and our music is structured. So there are a lot of artists that are coming out, that are doing hip hop. And there will be artists transitioning to other genres based on, how South Africa is as a country. So I still believe that, there will be, Aries is still a rap artist. Nasty C is killing it overseas. So there is still a market. Blackie just, is having a killer year. Who's this? Costa Titch also dropping music in terms of hip hop and the sound, especially his background as a dancer. So for me, there's opportunities for everybody. The plate is big for everyone to jump in and do whatever they want to do. So that's just how it is. If they want to have beef, the punchline, what, they can do that. It's entertainment at the end of the day, as long as they mustn't take it the extra mile in terms of, how Tupac and Biggie were and all that. Let's just have fun.
Please, hey?
Let's just have fun. Let's not bring people's kids into the conversation, people's wives, mothers. Let's just have fun. I don't repay my fate. So simple, fair.
I don't know.
I won. And I see you also shared the Russian Bay competition.
Yes, Russian Bay is giving, artists an opportunity to, collaborate with Nadia Nakai and I think with Blackie as well. Was it just Nadia Nakai?
I see Nadia Nakai and Black Diamond.
Oh, Black Diamond, not Blackie. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's a great initiative from the brand, because we know that the consumer is, young creatives or young people, that are into, hip hop or the urban space. So for them to be reaching out and creating something that can see and bring in their consumer to be part of a campaign that will be long standing in, I guess, Nadia Nakai and Black Diamond's discography. I think that's something major.
And the way we speak of, how South Africa is so diverse. Nadia Nakai as a rapper, and Black Diamond coming with that Afro soul, new school, South African sound that
I
is
love
there.
that
So
song. Gospel like yo, ingirang man.
so it balances out. And Nadia Nakai has a very good relationship with the Russian Bay. So
Yes.
she's she knows how to get the bag when it comes to brands. She's been doing that and like since COVID, she's been getting a lot of bags with brands. She did a TV show on Channel O. So Nadia Nakai, her team is working non-stop for
Didn't
her.
they say she's leaving Family Tree?
She's gone already. She's gone.
Really?
She's gone already. Yeah, she left Family Tree. She thing is, Family Tree artists, they leave and there's no bad blood when people leave there. There's no bad blood because they're still friends. With Cassper, they still have fun together, and Casper's like, nah, you played your part, more Family Tree, so ralebo, you can go your way, go make your money. We're still family, you're still part of the journey, and I really can't wait till Family Tree sign more artists, but it's a media company on its own as well. Kibakadi Tlhako, Kibakadi, and Cassper is also working on a TV show. So I can't wait for that. We'll see. No, I tlala for everyone. I tlala for everyone. I just love the fact that they giving us something to speak about. They're giving us something to speak. So I just love everyone. Ke latile album ya Blakey, ke latile Priddy Ugly, ke latile hHere. Let's about Bifa kaofela. Me, I'm there. I'm supporting everyone.
When you just listening to everything, you're just like, oh, bring it.
Yes, and it just hit me today, hHere. Dude, you actually listen to a lot of different genres. And that's a good thing. So it balances out, hHere. Maybe one day when I start my own record label or whatsoever, when somebody gives me that position as part of A&R, I'll be able to scout music for them. So it's just part of the process, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
it's pretty dope.
Yeah, I love that. Today's show has been so relaxed and I guess full of appreciation for the craft. I think for me that's my takeout of today's show. It was really great starting off the show with Deni and hearing how she has found the courage to let go of a 9 to 5 or life in the corporate world to start off a dream, and we really wish her all the best with that. And I guess to see all the transitions and the growth, I mean, to see that artists are now swapping their genres, in as much as people might say they're being sellouts to the game, I think that's just something that will just show your diversity as an artist, and being able to not box yourself into anything and just really wanting to touch on everything that you can. So for me, the theme of today's show is like a whole lot of courage, because that's what I'm seeing from all the moves that everybody's making. Even for Priddy Ugly to give off that statement that he did last week for today, it showed a lot of courage. And he got to today, he dropped his album, and I'm sure he's feeling super great where he is. And I'm sure, like what you're saying, it sounds like a dope album from the tracks that you've listened to so far. And shout out to him as well. And basically those are my parting words. I think the SK Khoza thing is a whole topic on its own. And I think in August we'll be talking about a whole lot of issues in relating to women. So I think we'll park it for that day.
Yeah, let's park it, because it definitely rubbed me off the wrong way. Especially if you're trying to, but let me not jump into it, because we're gonna park it.
I don't know pack. No
pack.
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah, I don't know him breaking my own. The show on a somber note,
but it was quite a dope show. I don't want to lie.
It was.
like you said, it takes courage, for us to do this, and for us to do this on a daily basis. To share whatever knowledge that we can share with everybody that wants to listen. And I appreciate everybody that's coming through, that's giving us feedback on the show. And we, as we keep saying, we have a lot in store for everybody.
Yes, and we're gonna be on the digital streaming platforms soon, guys. Like so soon. I don't want to say tomorrow, I don't want to say Friday, I don't want to say Monday, but I can just say like super soon you'll be able to log into your Apple or your Apple Music Store, or be able to hook up with us and listen to us on Spotify, on your Deezer. We know that right now we're just on YouTube, but trust you me, we're working on getting ourselves to those digital streaming platforms so that you can be able to access us more easier than what you are currently doing. So from myself, Selepe Maifadi, it's been such a wonderful Wednesday. We had a sexy crush today speaking to us. Listen to Deni's music, and let's continue to stay inspired by all the courage that we're seeing the South African creative industry, and all the game changers of it, all the moves that they're making. Let's continue to stay inspired by that.
Definitely. So from me, Kev magic.
Hey,
and
Kev magic.
Katlego Kev. Yes, Selepe Maifadi.
Yes, Katla Kizzle. So when you're Kev Magic, I'm Katla Kizzle, because she is in the building. And all I know is that we are signing out. Thank you all for listening. We are at www.carve.africa. That's our website address, and we are at Carve Africa on all social media platforms. Just do tune in, interact with us. We'd love to hear from you. Have yourselves a beautiful evening, and have an even more wonderful Thursday.
Danko.